In 1979, Mobile Suit Gundam changed the entire narrative of giant robot shows by making the robots less like superheroes and more like actual vehicles that would be used in the military, with superior dexterity to wage battles in outer space. But at its core, Gundam isn't just about cool robots, it's about war. It's about how war is detrimental to the entire human race, and war continues to prevent humanity from achieving their potential. However, this political message isn't always communicated very well, and so I never actually started to understand what Gundam was about until I watched Gundam Unicorn. While the franchise has been constantly branching out into different storylines, Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn takes place in the very first Gundam continuity, the Universal Century timeline. Located in a world where people live inside rotating cylinder colonies just outside of Earth's atmosphere, the Universal Century makes use of dramatic irony, repetition, and a tragedy to convey a grounded anti-war story with real robots. But in Gundam Unicorn, tragedy isn't the result of the story, it's the foundation. Because it's all the more satisfying to finally see something good happen after viewing so much hardship.
Those people, they had plans for tomorrow, for next week. They had a future! They weren't supposed to die like this!
Even if you've never seen a Gundam series before, Gundam Unicorn will provide you with enough context to get a basic understanding of what's going on and why it's significant. If you pay attention, the series will fill you in on the conflict between the Principality of Zeon and the Earth Federation, as well as explaining the in-universe new type theory. The belief that by living and operating machinery in outer space, humanity will develop mental abilities that will enable us to understand each other without misconception, effectively becoming a new type of human being. In the real world, New Type is just the name of a Japanese magazine, but that's beside the point. The story of Gundam Unicorn revolves around Zeon and the Federation both struggling to obtain an object called Laplace's Box, which contains a secret with the power to overthrow the entire government. A secret that can only be located by following the Unicorn Gundam, which can only be piloted by 16-year-old Banagher Lynx. Just like in the original Mobile Suit Gundam, the main protagonist once again pilots a giant robot made by his father, but where the original RX-78 Gundam killed over 100 Zeon soldiers to bring about an end to the one-year war, the RX-0 Unicorn Gundam is trying to resolve the ongoing conflict between Zeon and the Federation in its entirety. The Unicorn Gundam isn't the White Devil, it's the beast of possibility. It's a unicorn. It's a giant robot with a pure white color scheme that transforms into a red and white color scheme resembling blood veins, as though the machine is somehow alive, whose abilities are connected to the emotions of its pilot. The Unicorn may have originally been created to destroy all evidence of new types, but even so, by piloting the Unicorn Gundam, Banagher Lynx becomes a new type himself, with the ability to understand the perspective of the people he fights against.
To survive and to protect themselves, they created civilizations and societies.
Yeah, but what they created got too complicated. A society is supposed to serve the people, not the other way around.
Through Banagher's eyes, Gundam Unicorn humanizes the original antagonists of the Universal Century by showing that Zeon characters like Marita Cruz, Loni Garvey, and Captain Zinnerman still deserve redemption. What makes a character a true hero or a true villain in Gundam Unicorn isn't determined by what side of the conflict they're on, but upon whether they have emotions or not. Because if you don't care about anything or anyone, then you're just as much of a machine as the giant robot mobile suits. It's important to understand people, but it's even more important to have compassion, to have empathy for other human beings.
Hey, Panaja.
I know. You're gonna tell me that a man doesn't cry in front of others.
No. Crying because you care is an entirely different matter.
Although the original Gundam Unicorn novels were written by a right-wing Japanese imperialist who believes that Japan should have more military power, I don't think he was very successful in conveying these pro-war sentiments, because in the context of Gundam as a whole, Gundam Unicorn is still an anti-war narrative, as well as a legitimately good story. When I look at Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, I see a story about hope, about believing in the possibility that human beings possess. And it's one of the best entry points into the franchise because watching Gundam Unicorn is like watching all of the Universal Century at once. This is what Gundam 0079, Zeta Gundam, Double Zeta, Char's Counterattack, Stardust Memory, the 08th MS Team, and War in the Pocket have all been building up towards, because Gundam Unicorn is the culmination of the entire Universal Century. Even though space warfare makes its return in Gundam F91, Crossbone Gundam, and Victory Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn still had a positive effect on its timeline because new types will continue to exist and live on in outer space. Whether you watch the 22-episode RE0096 TV series on YouTube or the 7-part theatrical movies, Gundam Unicorn is the most cinematic experience in the entire Gundam franchise, thanks to its animation, voice acting, and composer Hiroyuki Sawano's orchestral soundtrack is on the level of John Williams. Gundam Unicorn is about a super robot emerging from within a real robot. Science fiction transforming into science fantasy. Hope materializing from a series of tragedy and despair. Humanity grew out of control and must endeavor to regain its dignity. We must revive the hope that was born so many years ago. Through the potential that lies within, we will demonstrate the true power and compassion of humanity. To transcend what is immediate, to realize the greatness within us that is possible. To awaken the new type that lies within you. To my only desire, the beast of possibility, the symbol of hope, the Unicorn Gundam.